Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the newest fintech company that just began trading on the public market. And that is SoFi. The company went public through a merger with a SPAC company, and they now trade under ticker SOVI for around $22 per share. And this company has the goal of disrupting the traditional financial world by offering low-cost products for every individual, all in one single and easy-to-use platform. So SoFi is trying to change the game by offering everything you would ever need to achieve all of your financial goals in one very simple, low-cost, easy website to get all of this information. The company offers different investing tools, personal loans, student loans, money options with debit and credit cards, home loans, and pretty much everything else you need to live your financial life. And their goal is to allow you to achieve financial freedom over the long term by giving you low-cost alternatives to the products offered by the major banks. And SoFi's point of difference is that all of these different services can come through in one single and very easy-to-use app. No other product in the world allows you to do everything from getting a mortgage to paying off your credit card to investing in crypto and IPOs in one single app, and that's what SoFi is planned and set out to do over the long term. So in this video, we're going to take a look at SoFi as a whole, go over the company's current operations, their financials, their diversified product mix, and their future expected growth over the next 5 years. And this is going to help us determine if now is a great time to buy in for right around $22 per share before the company potentially explodes, like we've seen from other fintech names like PayPal and Square over the next few years in the future. But before we take a full analysis into SoFi, I'm going to ask you to please hit that like button and subscribe. I am the Gen Z investor, and every single day we talk about the stock market, going over different stocks you can buy, any major market news, and we track the progress of my personal financial freedom portfolio that now sits at over $102,000. So now we're going to jump right back into SoFi. Please hit that like button and subscribe. And we're going to start off by taking a look at the key features that allow SoFi's all-in-one app to stand out amongst the crowd and be unique in the fintech sector. And taking a look at their latest investor presentation, the company has laid out 4 key points of differentiation that allow them to be the number one fintech name over the longer term. And they have a member-centric approach. They don't call their customers customers. You make an account with SoFi, you are a member of the SoFi ecosystem. And their total membership continues to grow quarter after quarter, like we'll see later on in the video. And the company's trying to build a trusted relationship and show that their products are better when used together. So because they offer all their different services in one single app, once they can get a user just on the platform once to try one of the services, they can easily try to promote the others and try to get members more connected with the SoFi ecosystem so that over time, each member is willing to try out the new products and services and will actually transition capital away from the major financial institutions and into the SoFi platform. And currently, they believe they have 4 key points of differentiation, setting them apart from the other fintech leaders. And first, it's that they're fast. They're the fastest way to do anything, whether it's apply or borrow money, open account, buy or sell a stock, using SoFi is the fastest on the market. They have a wide selection of products that offer unique services and features, personalized benefits, and they all come with an attractive price point. Number 3 is they also offer content to help educate their members on their financial journeys. They offer different educational, informative, and advice videos. They offer different tools for budgeting and credit scores. And of course, they offer different investment news and updates every single day as well. And then finally, number 4, which I believe is the most important when talking about financial freedom and different investing tools, is convenience. They believe that they provide the most convenient experience out of all the other fintech companies. There's ease of use, their platform is built for the member, so the look and the feel and the actual usage is very simple. You can use it at any time, on any platform, and on any device. So as a whole, you can control your entire finances using your phone, your computer, your tablet, or any device you want, which is where SoFi wants to stand out amongst their competitors. There's no going in person, there's no waiting hours on the phone, it's quick, it's easy to use, and always available. So that's how the company believes they're differentiated against their competitors. And over the past 2 years, they continue to innovate and come out with new products and services. And in the past 24 months, they've come out with so many new features to create a fully well-rounded platform. They created SoFi Home back in 2019. Then they offered money Q1 2019, Relay, Invest, home loans, student loans, credit card, and now SoFi Rewards in 2020. So the company continues to bring out new products and services, and they just launched a new service that's coming out where you're going to invest directly in IPOs. They were the first company to allow this feature, and that's really going to help set them apart because still the major banks don't allow individual retail investors access to IPOs on the market. So I think SoFi is still doing a lot of good things and really giving out features that the big banks are now offering at a competitive rate. And all of these different services has led to SoFi's member base absolutely exploding over the past few quarters. We can see that they've seen 7 consecutive quarters of accelerating year-over-year growth. So their growth rate picks up quarter after quarter from 37% to 50, 54, and in the latest quarter, their total members grew 110% year over year, which is absolutely phenomenal, to over 2.28 million people. So we can see over the longer term, they continue to get their products in front of more consumers and more individuals are trying out SoFi services. So right now, over 2.28 million users on the platform as of Q1 2021. And as they continue to grow, more and more products are being used and their financial service products are expanding exponentially as well. So we can see total products in millions achieved over 3.18, and that grew 121% year over year as well. And similar to their member base, their year over year growth is expanding over the longer term. So as the company achieves greater scale, their growth rates are actually picking up as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. Usually you see the opposite. As the companies continue to grow, they have a few million members, growth rates typically start to slow down. But that's the complete opposite with SoFi, and they're continuing to grow and expand at a very fast rate. And their total financial service products reached over 2.2 million, expanding by 273% year over year as well. And we can see just over the past quarter, a major expansion from 1.6 million all the way up to 2.2, which is a very strong sign. And their total adjusted revenue in the first quarter of this year as well grew 151% to over $216 million in the first quarter. So back in Q1 2020, they generated 86 million of total revenue that is now up to over 216 million in the first quarter. And taking a look at SoFi's total top line on an annualized basis, we can see that back in 2018, they had $240 million of revenue, up to 451 million, then 621 million, and now in the past 12 months, which is pretty much 3 quarters of 2020 and Q1 2021, they have over $751 million of total sales. In the company, their adjusted EBITDA has improved as well, and they've posted 3 consecutive quarters of positive EBITDA, which is a very strong sign, and it improved by $70 million year over year. Back in Q1 2020, they were negative by $66 million, and now they posted positive EBITDA by over 4.1 million in this latest quarter. And on an annualized basis, this is the first time that in the past 12 months, their adjusted EBITDA has been positive, which is a very strong sign, and they're trending in the right direction. And so far, the company actually surpassed their investor guidance set out in the previous quarter. So back in Q4 2020, they believe their total revenue for Q1 2021 was going to be around $190 and $195 million. So a slight $5 million variance was their guidance. But the actual number came in at $216 million, beating the expectation by 11 to 14%, which is a very strong sign. So the company is surpassing their expectations set out 3 months in advance. So that means they're growing much faster than they were expecting. Because if the company at the end of Q4 2020 set out this expectation and they reaffirmed the guidance, that's what they truthfully believed they were going to do. But the fact that they beat that by over 10% just 3 months later means the growth was picking up faster than they were expecting. And I think going forward, we will continue to see SoFi surpass their guidance expectations as more younger individuals, as the people turning 18 to 25, try these products instead of going to a traditional bank. And currently, SoFi is not going to take down JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. They will never do it because the amount of people who are in their 30s plus with millions of dollars in all their life invested into these companies and held within these major institutions, it's going to take decades and decades for these big banks to ever go down. But for the young fintech companies, they got to control the younger generation. If they can get every 18 to 25-year-old onto their platforms, and as those individuals get older, generate more wealth, have higher earning potential, and continue to grow in their careers, that's when these younger companies are going to grow their assets under management and can become a real competitor to the major banks like a Wells Fargo, like a JP Morgan. So these are long-term plays. SoFi is not going to replace JPM in the next 5 years, but maybe over 20 to 30 to 40 years, this platform could actually be a main player up in talks like the big banks. So that's how these work, and these fintech companies understand that, and they're not trying to take down the big banks all at once. They understand it's a long-term focus. And the company's selected projected financial returns, so the expected revenue over the next 5 years, coming in at $980 million for the full fiscal 2021, then they believe they can grow by over 50% to $1.5 billion in 2022, then to $2.1 billion 2023, 2.8, and then over $3.6 billion in total revenue by 2025. So right now the company has set out what I believe realistic expectations. They're showing growth in all of their different products, and I think over the long term, I think they'll do it. Maybe I'm an optimist, I'm a bull. This SPAC was helped run by venture capitalist Chamath Palihapitiya. I'm a big fan of his work. I think he chooses strong companies who are going to change the world, and I think SoFi and their strong product base, all being offered at a very low cost, can really do it. So this was a full analysis on SoFi. We took a look at all their different products and services, the growth in their member base, their growing financial numbers, and the future projections of their sales over the next 5 years. So let me know down in the comments what you think of SoFi. Have you ever used any of their services? Will you in the future? Do you like the company? Do you think they have a chance of success over the long term? And I'll share my personal opinion. As you can tell throughout this presentation, I was personally impressed by what SoFi has to offer. I don't own this company directly just yet, but I may buy them in my high-risk, high-reward growth stock portfolio and take a gamble. I might put in $500 to $1,000 of my capital just to see where it goes. I haven't made the buy just yet, but I will update you when I make my decision. So I think SoFi as a whole is definitely a company worth keeping an eye on. In my personal opinion only, not financial advice, no recommendations whatsoever, because I'm not a financial advisor. I think they do have a chance of rivaling the other fintech names and the actual big banks just because of how simple and how many products and services they offer in a convenient, single-to-use app. I think just that feature of having everything all condensed into one app is going to allow them stand out against many boring and traditional competitors. So as my thoughts on SoFi, let me know down in the comments if you're going to pick up this new freshly IPO'd fintech company. Share your thoughts. I would love to have discussion down below. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you in tomorrow's video.